Good morning, everyone. It's cold again. I have had this desire, and it's a desire that really should just stay one because of what we have available here. But I've had this desire, and I don't really want to look down on you guys like that. Let's see if I can fix this up a little bit better. Come on now, come on. Working on it. I'll just have to do. Okay, well, we'll leave it as it is. Um, and that is to take a bath. I mean, really a bath, where you put the candles there and you just relax in the warm water and just let it all soak in. Yes, but we have our own water here. We're not on everybody's like community water or something. And we have a spring house that leads the water down to a 1,500-gallon tank, and then that feeds everything in the house. Yes, the spring could just feed the house as well, but we have more control over the water in that way. So we're not running out, number one, and the lines don't. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes with that. So I've been having this desire for about a week now. I just want, instead of just a shower, I really would like to, right? Yes? And it's been amazing. We've had 2 days of really good rain. We had just filled our tank not too long ago, and we still have about, 900 gallons in the tank. And I have no doubt the spring is completely full again. And of course, if you want more water in it, you have to, it gets to a point and it just won't fill anymore. It's interesting. And it does never overflow. And then you have to drain it again, right? Yes. And then so it can fill up again. Because a lot of the water that we get in our spring house comes from a coal seam. Yeah, isn't that interesting? So we have so much water right now that I wouldn't be wasting it if I actually were to take a bath. So it's almost as if I had this desire, right? Just desire, knowing, I can't do that. There's just, we have to conserve water. And we've had so much rain in such a short amount of time. And nothing, everything. We had a little tiny bit of hail yesterday, but they were so teeny tiny. I'm telling you. And I feel like heaven again going, she wants a bath. Let's fix that for her, right? Yes, a simple thing, kind of. Yeah, but I pay attention. I've got, man, that's way more water than we can absorb right now and need right now. And there's more rain coming. So actually, I could take a bath if I, yes, yeah, okay. I think I'll do that today. I've been talking about the flip, right? Flip it. I just saw, it's very interesting to me on how, again, Spirit World there works too. And then Spirit World also kind of, what is she going to do with this now? Right? There is someone in a group and she just doesn't like me. And there's reasons for that, I guess. And she becomes really mean and hateful. I have to say, it's pretty bad. And singles me out for certain things and then depicts me as, okay, whatever, and degrades me and this and that. So in any case, she posted that little blurb and someone responded and kind of like, oh, yeah, she's this and that. And then something happened within their conversation. I think that the one that posted it, that post about me, ended up looking at another post and commented on it in a very negative way as well. And it ended up responding to a comment of the other one. that was in there. There's only 2 people that responded, or the one that posted and then one other woman that responded or commented. And the person with the first comment, she goes, "Why are you saying that to me now? This and that." It was pretty bad. And the other person never, the one that posted it, never responded back. And I'm looking at the whole thing, and she keeps coming in. The one, "What are you saying?" And then it somehow another comment got transferred weirdly. That also didn't really make sense, but the other person, and the one with the started the comment, not the post, but the comment, went in and says, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to reject that. And what you're putting on me here, this snap, blah blah." And it looked so disjointed. I mean, literally, it looked very disjointed and not. It didn't make sense. I could see that, and I thought, what just happened here in this post, right? And I ended up, at first my reaction was, well, okay, well, I guess that went sour there for 2 people that I have nothing to do with, really. Yet the post was very much in a negative way directed towards me. And then the 2 people that seemed to be in unison about it suddenly were in a big conflict. So first I'm going, well, there you go. That's what you get for, don't mess with God's children or do that. Have a discussion, but not like that. And then I thought, wait. I know what happened here. So I went in and I told the one with the comment, said, "Hey, look, I think what happened is that the one that posted this, it wasn't another post, but somehow the comment got transferred onto her post. So to you, and it has really nothing to do with what you said. I think, and I said, that has happened to me in my zeal, where, well, wait a minute, where did that comment go? And I found it somewhere else, not related at all. So I told her, I said, that may have happened, and it happened to me in my zeal. Gotta laugh out loud. So just wait. I'm sure she'll clear this up. Oh, and then the person that also talked negatively about me, right, and kind of, wasn't, you right about her, this, and that, comes back and just gives a little care emoji, right? Okay. You see what just happened there? Yeah. Flip it. I could have just, and you know what? Kind of, okay, take this off. This isn't working here. Kind of at the beginning. All right, this isn't working either. I'll just leave it like this. Kind of in the beginning, I thought to myself, right there. Yep. But then I realized, but that's not, I don't want to think like that. These are 2 women out there. They're supposed to be sisters in faith with me. And now what? To feel what? Kind of satisfied or happy, or because they got onto each other due to, no doubt, a mistake in where the comments went. I didn't like that. I realized I don't like that. And I realized that Spirit World, once again here, gave me a chance to do what? To help restore something. Yes? Yeah? And it's being done through the person with those 2 that they actually did what to. That's how you flip it. Yes? Yeah? Okay. All right. Had to share that. So we are in. Again, I'm a little late again. I know. Look, I'm in my robe. I have to say, I really, I'm starting to notice while doing this, right? I'm starting to notice a difference I feel an elevated sense of being where Again, not, oh, I'm better than someone else out there. I'm this is going to right things out there in the world. No, I find that I'm getting more clarity in many different things, especially on how to suppress emotions I don't want to be a part of. Yes? Yeah? Okay. Anyway. So, I've got this in my hands. We are in 6, I think. Nope, on 5. This is the family pledge. On 5, our family, centered on true love, pledges to strive daily for greater development toward the unity between spiritual world, subject, and physical world, object. I love it. Well, there you go. What was I just talking about? Things just fall into place when you're, God's subject, daughter, true daughter, true son, right? Yes, that's just that. All right. Spirit World's laughing. So there she goes again. Yeah. You guys are so great. I get my bath. I had a possibility. I'm gonna get my bath. That's in the physical world, right? Yes. That spirit world worked with, and then I was able to give some spiritual guidance, right? Yes. As well in that post. So mean about me. Anywho, good. Pledge, family pledge number 5. Love that one. So we are in the second book of Chronicles 7. As Solomon finished praying, fire flashed down from heaven and burned up the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple so that the priests couldn't enter. All the people had been watching, and now they fell flat on the pavement and worshipped and thanked the Lord. Oh, is that what the smoke was all about? Okay. They did something. Did they forget the flu? They couldn't go back in. Well, there's enough smoke like that, right? Oh my gosh, they forgot something in the temple. Oh, we forgot. Did you guys put a flue in? Huh? Anywhere? Okay, I'm just saying. How good he is, they exclaimed. He is always so loving and kind. Sounds to me like he just threw them out of the temple. Father, what did you not like? Okay. I'm not going to say what. Just go back. That was funny, though. I'm telling you, Spirit World's very humorous. Yes, you are too. Then the king and all the people dedicated the temple by sacrificing burnt offerings to the Lord. King Solomon's contribution for this purpose was 22,000 oxen and 120,000 sheep. I thought they didn't know how much there was. There were so many. Okay, no, there you go. The priests were standing at their posts of duty, and the Levites were playing their Thanksgiving song. His loving kindness is forever, using the musical instruments that King David himself had made and had used to praise the Lord. King David made them himself? Wow, he was a craftsman? I didn't know that. Then when the priests blew the trumpets, all the people stood again. I know, David, but it's what it says in here. Solomon consecrated the inner court of the temple for use that day as a place of sacrifice, for there were too many sacrifices for the bronze altar to accommodate. They didn't make it big enough? That's too bad. For the next 7 days, so they had to celebrate. How long? Okay, well, gotcha. Hey. For the next 7 days, they celebrated the Tabernacle Festival with large crowds coming in from all over Israel. Okay, so there were people, kind of pilgrimage to the temple. Okay. They arrived from as far away as Hamath at one end of the country to the brook of Egypt at the other. A final religious service was held on the 8th day. Then on October 7th, he sent the people home, joyful and happy because the Lord had been so good to David and Solomon and to his people Israel. So Solomon finished building the temple. as well as his own palace. He completed what he had planned to do. One night the Lord appeared to Solomon and told him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this temple as the place where I want you to sacrifice to me. If I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or if I command the locust swarms to eat up all of your crops, or if I send an epidemic among you, then if my people will humble themselves and pray and search for me and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear them from heaven and forgive their sins and heal their land. I will listen wide awake to every prayer made in this place, for I have chosen this temple and sanctified it to be my home forever. My eyes and my heart shall always be here. Now I wonder how they're going to do this. A swarm of locusts to eat up all your crops. I wonder how they're going to do this, on how they're going to, how they're expecting that to not happen. Because locusts are, and there are some others, not just locusts. What's the other one? Cicadas. They bury themselves in their larvae are buried in the ground, and it takes a number of years. I think it's the cicadas I think they're all locust cicadas, kind of same thing, but 7 years before they emerge in great numbers, right? Yes, yeah. We had 1 year. I only remember when we were here very much in the beginning, there was a locust year or a cicada year, and they literally were everywhere. I mean, it's like, wow. And I was absolutely expecting for everything I had in the garden to be gone. Interestingly enough, when they actually came through, first of all, there wasn't much going on in my garden yet. There was, but so I can't remember exactly the time. I should go and check that out. But they were just kind of everywhere, right? Yes, they were kind of everywhere, and you're going, man, how many? But they don't sting. They don't bite you. They don't, right? Yes, they were just everywhere, and supposedly they're good to eat. Yeah, so I'm going, man, why don't you just collect them and yeah, right. Okay, I'm just saying. They're supposedly really good grilled, grilled or sautéed or okay. And I thought, huh. So the damage really here wasn't, though there were, gosh, I don't know how many came through here. It wasn't bad. It was not what I expected. So, but I also know that, okay, in another 7 to 10 years, right, that's going to happen again. And it did, but the numbers of them were much lower. There were never as many as that first time. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that all works, except for I have no doubt that there's a reason why God created these insects, right? It's amazing on how, when you think on how many mushrooms there are out there that are poisonous that you can't eat. There's a lot of them you can eat, but there's quite a few that you can't eat. And I found that oftentimes the ones you can't eat are more numerous per se. Right? Oh, there's a mushroom. I can't eat that one. Right? Then the other ones you have to really hunt for and be knowledgeable about it. Well, come to find out, mushrooms, their roots, kind of, or what they have, works like the nervous system underground, and they're all kind of connected, and they connect to everything else that has roots. So to keep it pulsing, yes, yeah. Also, if you know what nerves are, nerves, they send signals, right, of pain, this and that, right, to our brain, and kind of, when you think of the nervous system, that the mushrooms, right, and good thing that there are poisonous ones, are people would up picking them all, right? Yes. Uh, on how that kind of works, and on how the mushrooms send out, I guess, and the way that they work together signals out when there is an imbalance somewhere, right? Yes. And what do we know? What happens then? Is there, God put something in place to kind of regulate that? Then there's immediately something that kind of counteracts the negative impact of something, most likely something of ours. And okay. I don't know, but yeah. Isn't that interesting? So here in the Bible, it talks about plagues, plagues that God created and God uses to punish people. Is that true? You think that's true? Okay. Don't know. I'd say not, but it is as it is in here. So just not going to believe it all. Okay, all right. All right. As for yourself, if you follow me as your father David did, then I will see to it that you and your descendants will always be the kings of Israel. But if you don't follow me, if you refuse the laws I have given you and worship idols, then I will destroy my people from this land of mine, which I have given them, and this temple shall be destroyed, even though I have sanctified it for myself. Instead, I will make it a public horror and disgrace. Instead of it being famous, all who pass by will be incredulous. All right, wait a second. Now, before here in 6, do you guys remember, if you watched the other video, in 6, Solomon tells God, has all these requests. Hey, if my people are doing wrong, if I'm doing wrong, okay, but we come to you and we ask for forgiveness, you have to forgive us. We want you to forgive us. We want you to see that we're trying, right? Yes? Yet here, God, in Solomon says, God came to him, okay? And God says, look, it's either my way or the highway. I can't see. I've said this many times in other videos. God will never, he will never destroy his children. He will never do this or that. As here, this threat, this whatever, that's what he's going to do if Solomon and the people aren't. That will never happen. It has never happened and it will never happen. What happens is that God has no choice but to back up, because we create this barrier. Heaven is an incredibly pure place. If we decide to create hell on earth, God can't be there. What are people expecting from God? The environment for God to be there, for Jesus to be there, has to be right. Why do you think Jesus had to die on the cross? Because everything was going so right? Why did Jesus have to pull out? He was 33 years old, people. What kind of age is that to have to die? Jesus couldn't exist anymore. And in the way that things suddenly, other people create the atmosphere that people created around him. What was he supposed to do? All he could do is what God does. His Father, our Father. Step back. Say, okay, you're going to have to clear this up before I can be there again. But God would never hurt his children. These sacrifices, well, Jesus, what did Jesus do? He asked, please, do I really have to do this? Can I not just have this cup go past that? Oh, because he knew he was going to be in a lot of pain, this and that. No, because he knew what that meant for the rest of us here. All right. Anywho, I got to keep going with this, don't I? I need to keep all that talk when we get to the New Testament. Oh, there'll be more. There is, right, yes, okay. Ooh, which brought me back to one more thing. I need to repeat, supposedly, if I remember it when we're done, then I will do it. Otherwise, I guess, I don't know, it'll come up again. Why has the Lord done such a terrible thing to this land and to this temple, they will ask. And the answer will be because his people abandoned the Lord God of their fathers, the God who brought them out of the land of Egypt, and they worshipped other gods instead. That is why he has done all this to them. Okay, so another thing too. Now they just had all this feast. All these people come and they're inaugurating that temple, this and that, and they're all so happy, and everybody goes home so happy. And here, now it says what? Oh, wait a minute. Something's still not right. If everybody was so, right? Yes? Hey, we're on the right path now. We got this temple, God's there, tuck, tuck. We got the 10 Commandments. We got this, right? Then why would God have to come to Solomon and say, hey, if this happens, if this continues to happen, well, I'll show you what's going to happen here in this temple. Why would God have to do that? There's very mixed messages coming here, right? Yes? I find that when leadership tries to control others, religion, science, whatever, tries to control people with fear, for example, like that, and threats, for example, like that, that's the easier way to control the people. And there's always a personal purpose for that, right? Yes? That's not for the greater good of the people, right? Yes? No. Okay. And the reason for that is we all have freedom of will and know what the right thing is to do. Yes, we do. We all do. You can't tell me we don't. All right. So that's the end of 7. Have to keep saying that. Oh, I already did that. Yeah. So I saw another thing where, and these examples keep coming up about expelling evil spirits and then kind of being confronted by them again, this and that. This keeps coming up, and I keep explaining things about that. First of all, if one could just expel evil spirits, right, that supposedly are within ourselves, this, that, okay, all right. Are you making an excuse now, blaming something else again for your own? Or is it true? Is that really something that happens? I don't know. I've never experienced it like that. But I've seen possession of people, of spirits possessing people. I've seen that very close up. So, yeah. But as far as, okay, I don't know. The rest of it, I don't know. I had my own experiences, right? Okay. So, with other people. There is something about when you have experiences that do involve spirits, it can be a very scary thing, okay? If you were to grow up and everyone were to tell you that every spirit out there has a halo, every spirit out there has light within them. Some are lighter, some are dimmer, but there is a light, okay? The origin of each spirit, which is God. If then one would be confronted with spirit and then explain the difference in the brightness, right? If you were to grow up like that and you would come across spirits that you suddenly see or dream about, this and that, what do you think they would look like? Do you think they would look like on how you actually grew up with, knowing what spirits look like or told what spirits look like? Monsters under the bridge, under the bed, contorted evil things, zombie looking. Who came up with zombies? I don't think they exist in spirit world. Somebody came up with them. Probably looking at a corpse that looks really gross. Yeah, dug him up or something. Okay, I'm just saying. Where is this all coming from? I'll tell you this one more time really quick. My experience with Satan, the archangel Lucifer. But the archangel Lucifer at that time was already restoring, okay? Restoring means he had bowed down to true parents and God and acknowledged his evils, per se, okay? the havoc he creates with everyone. Oh, because you let him. Anyway, so I was asleep. No, I was not asleep yet, but I was going to sleep, and I suddenly felt this incredible fear wash over me. Absolute and just whoa. I mean, you want to combine all the depression, anxieties, desires and lust of people, and the fear, every all in one something, and throw it at us, or kind of envelop someone in that. That's what I felt. I mean, it was unbelievable, the suddenness of it as well. I'm going, what is going on here? I was just about to go to sleep, but I wasn't asleep yet. And I couldn't explain why I would feel like that. And then I turned around. And I looked to the side at the end of my bed, not the end, this end, foot end, on the side of my bed where I would get out, and there stood a figure, as there was no light, nothing, okay? Zero. It was as dark as it could be. I mean, it was just, and I looked at that, and I'm going, oh, okay. Well, so now, what? So what goes through my mind? And, no, what went through my mind? Oh, that's what it is. That has nothing to do with me. I was just there to be, alerted, or I'm not sure, And I looked, I'm going, oh, that's where it comes from you. And I thought, what the heck is that? And again, how the heck did you get in my house? How's that possible? I've never experienced anything like this, ever in my life. Never, ever. On what it was coming from, this shadow. It was a figure. It was as dark as could be, and it was dark in my room too. I mean, there was some light coming to the windows from night stores, and but I could definitely make out a figure. And this figure didn't have wings, and this figure didn't have horns, and this figure didn't have. It was just a black figure with the absolute form of a human being. And I thought, I'm going, what the heck? And I'm going, oh, I like when I'm going, wow. I wonder, what is this? Why do I get a visit from Lucifer, the archangel Lucifer? And I looked at that, and I could tell on how the figure, in a way, tried so hard to, not sure what it was doing, but it was like this, huh? And I looked at it, and I'm going, you know what? I'm ready to go to sleep. I have no idea what you're doing here, what you're trying to do, except for I got it. You need help. But I'm ready to go to sleep now, and I'm not going to turn on the light and get up and this and that and get all this. I'm not ready for this right now. Right? I have to consult first with whom? Okay, about what's going on here and why I'm having this experience. So I said, you know what? You need to leave, and I'm going to deal with you another time, but not now. Not in this fashion, not in this way, not happening. And I turned over in my bed, pulled the blanket up to my shoulder, and went to sleep, and didn't give it another moment's time. Done. But I didn't just. Right? Then, then I did. So, okay, what do I do? Obviously, this was very important. And then I started a condition. I can't remember. It was a 40-day bowing. Yeah, all the way down. There's a reason my knees are as bad as they are. Yes, I still walk. uh 40 days. Did I do a 40 days or 120 days? I can't remember. I have to go and look it up. And I would read. I read the Divine Principle. Let's see, what did I read? I was given something to read, and then I sang a song as well. That's what I did. I have never been bothered again like that, ever. So when people come across these dreams, yes, or even have, this was not a dream, this was reality, this happened in, okay, real life, this now. When you come across these kind of things, then you've got to remember that, first of all, you're being taught to look at spirits a certain way that you fear. And number two, I've said that so many times now, they're coming for help. They're not there to, kill you or something. Gosh, they don't even have that kind of power. But they're there for help. And here's the thing. Even if these spirits are still driven by something unnatural, lust, desires, this, that, murder, whatever, okay, then you're the one who can make that change. You're the one who will restore. If we believe in the restoration of our ancestors, then that's what it is. That's how you change things in spirit world for spirits who are still afflicted with things they've done here on earth, right? And of course, it kind of, ripples out for the rest of us too. Someone doesn't believe that, just go and start looking around out in the world what's going on, in many different places, hidden away even. Yes, yeah, there's a lot of good things happening. Yeah, evil. Our temptations, our desires that are unnatural, this and that, not just in the realm of love, but many other things, they're still weaving its way through society everywhere in the people's minds, right? I know, but their heart, if you listen to your heart, you can't. Okay, all right. So that's what it is. So I hear people's stories. I hear people's stories on how, they've had, and how they felt like they were being pulled back into desires, this and that they don't want to be a part of anymore, and they reject it. And I'm going, that's good. But you need to know why they're there. They're there for you to restore. And most likely, in most cases, not in all cases, in most cases, it's your ancestors. It's your family line going back to who knows where. Sometimes it's someone you were really close to as well, as a friend or this or that, right? Yes? Just saying. So start restoring. Stop, number one, believing that they look like this or that. Because as I said, who gave you that into your head? And number two, then go get the counsel. If you can see stuff like that, if something like this comes in your dream, then you're also connected to decided goodness in spirit world. Then go ask. Okay, this is what happened. What do I do? If you really truly listen, the answer will come. Most likely, what do you want to do? Do you want to just do your thing? Or do you want to do the greater thing? Which is, now you're going to have to make a condition. Most likely, like Daniela, destroy your knees over so many conditions. Destroy your hips over so many conditions. Yes? I don't know. Doesn't happen to everyone. And by the way, I have not need surgery. I learned how to walk differently. I noticed yesterday. I walk where everything stays in the sockets, this and that. Okay. So I won't be running a marathon anymore, right? I'm just going to be 60 this year, right? I have to be very careful with my knees and got to remember to put my knee sleeves on, right? Yes? When I know I have to carry things around because I've got people in the house here right now that need to rest and take care of injuries, then I have to put my my back belt on, or that stretchy things, and it helps. It really does. Right? So there are things out there that are helping me now. Right? Yes, because people are smart out there, invented all kinds of things. Well, I'm not going to go and have no surgeries. I'm not going to do that. I'll just end up worse, I have a feeling. Right? Yes, okay, so that's me. No, I'm working with what I got, and I try to do the best with what I got now. But I know how I got to this point. It's not just that, yep, I've had youth arthritis since 17, or diagnosed since 17. May have had it sooner than that. Just nobody noticed. Certain other things. But when it comes down to it, I'm suffering now a little. Or suffering. I don't really suffer. No, I can't say that. That's not true. And I'm happy to always offer it up to a child out there that suffers way more than I do. There are some consequences to actually want to and do restore humanity, our ancestors, ourselves here now, and of course, for the betterment of, or the better of our descendants. Yes? So I don't understand. We have all this information out there. Yet I don't understand why people still, well, I've had this experience and I realized on how okay, that may be true. But the greater thing here is you can do something about that, about these spirits. You don't need to fear them. You never, ever need to fear them. And if you're having a hard time getting rid of the images that man created in people's minds about them, then remember that every spirit, Lucifer is an angel, guys. Don't, different thing. Every human being has that original self, that original little lantern flame within them. As if you grow into a good human being, you're kind of, okay. Then as a spirit, that flame grows, that light grows, that light changes as well. But if not, then oftentimes the spirit body stays what? Yeah, okay. But it's always there. There is some light coming from every spirit, the origin of that spirit, and that is God, our parental God. And that will never go out. It's always there. So stop being so scared of evil spirits. Oh, and they look this and that, and I don't know what. That's in your head. A figment of your imagination. The light in those spirits, the size of that light, the brightness of that light will tell you if this is a spirit restoring that needs help to restore, or if it's a helping spirit. Ta-da! Got that? Okay. Whoa. Guys, I thought this was going to be a really easy one, this and that. Nah, yeah. You had to show me that last part, didn't you? Yes, I went into it's the prayer vigil one, and I heard just a real small segment out of it, and I'm going, and then I forgot about it because I started talking about my bath. Nope, that's when you got up a spirit world. Yes? Okay. All right, you guys. That's it. That's all I have to share today. Gotta go. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you another time.